Welcome to Dynamo Dynamics, winning goals to digital dominance, where our soccer passion meets technology innovation. I'm Danny Perry, your host, and with me as always is my guy Kai, our tech whiz here at IT Cubed, and a soccer enthusiast just like myself. Kai, you ready to talk about the latest Dynamo game?
Yeah, I am ready.
Please note, the game footage featured in this video is the property of its respective copyright owners and is used here for educational and discussion purposes only under fair use guidelines.
Before we get started, I do have a question. Purdue or UConn tonight?
Well, my head says Purdue. However, my bracket says UConn. So I'm going for the Huskies.
I can go with that. I think the Huskies will repeat. They're probably the best team in college basketball all around, but Purdue is very good as well. So,
well, since you brought it up though, what about the women's game? Women's college basketball has just exploded over the last couple of years, and I heard that ticket sales and the price per tickets was actually outpacing the men's game during the Final Four this year. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, they have. I think it's great, but also I think it's because they have players that return. It's not like you have a lot of the guys that go to Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, they're notorious for just one and done. Yeah. They go to the league. So they lose hype each year. They get the hype from, they're the best player in high school, then they go to college, and then everyone's on the same level. But the women, they've been playing for 3 years. I know Caitlin Clark, I think she's
4 years.
4 years, yeah. And she can shoot lights out. Yeah. I watched her play. I watched her hit a 35-foot step back, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Absolutely. And I think the women's game now is doing really well at creating heroes and villains.
Yeah.
And so the stories you can invest in.
Yeah, it is. It almost reminded me back. I wasn't alive, but I know there was college basketball was really big, Bird and Magic. Yeah. It's kind of like that. They played years and years against each other, and then I think that's going to happen in the WNBA with these players because they already built the rivalry, they already built the storyline. It's just going to continue as long as they're on winning teams.
I think you're absolutely right, and I believe that that's a really good analogy. This seems like a Bird Magic moment for the WNBA with superstars coming in, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. So very cool, very cool. Yeah. So the tournament's been good. Our pools here at ITQ, one is settled, one to be determined tonight, but I think we're actually here to talk Dynamo.
Yeah, let's go back to soccer.
So our predictions last week were, I think I chose 2-0 Dynamo and
2-1 Dynamo.
2-1, and they were coming off of a 3-game winning streak, and I guess I'm going to break a video protocol again and look at the stats. But Dynamo, 14 shots to 8 for the Chicago Fire, 4 shots on target versus 6 for them, 60% possession for the Dynamo, 40% on the other side. Passing accuracy, 83% to 75%. Fouls are relatively even. Yellow cards are even. Conceded 5 corners and took 6.
Or 6.
So, hearing all of that, who do you think won?
Well, you'd think the Dynamo won, but they did have more. The Chicago Fire had more shots on target. So, I mean, we did lose 2-1. We gave up an early penalty, which kind of kills your...
That was kind of a weak penalty, though.
Yeah, I agree.
I saw that, and, it was a normal tussling a little bit, but I can't pronounce the name. Well, we won't
Franco,
try to.
Or for their team? Or?
For their team.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a little bit soft, but they awarded it. But then the guy you mentioned last week,
Shaqiri. I did say they have a Champions League winner. He has the experience in major football, so he put it away. He very easily for him as well. He's well composed, sent the keeper the other way. He took it nice and did his job. He also did have another goal contribution later on in the game, so played very well.
So with that, he came in, he played very well. He was pulling the strings for them all over the place, and but the Dynamo, they came back though. 65th minute, they equalized, and it was our guy Ibrahim Aliyu again.
Yeah, and that goal, that was very poor by Minnesota, or not Minnesota, Chicago. I'm sorry, I'm thinking already next week. That was poor by Chicago. They lost the ball in their own third, and it's just given us a free opportunity. We took advantage of it.
But what about the shot, though?
The
19 yards
shot,
out.
yeah, the shot was amazing. Like almost unsavable, I'd say. I don't think many keepers in the world would save
No,
that.
it was a thunderbolt. There's no doubt about it. And Alehu keeps scoring.
Yeah.
I mean, he started on the left this time around,
Yeah.
but there were a lot of changes. Mikhail wasn't in on defense. Ferreira, I believe, is out for the
I think he's
season.
out, yep.
And yet again, this rotating number 9 up front. This time it's Bassi. So with all of those shots and so few on target, do you really think it? I mean, do you think it's the lack of a consistent striker?
Yes, definitely. I think our formation is great. We created amazing chances this game. We had so many opportunities to really. I don't even like with the what was it, 14 shots? I mean, probably 8 to 10 of those were very good shot selections. But like you said, they're not putting them on goal. And there was one that was just very weak, straight to the keeper. I think we need a true 9. We need someone who can just score goals.
Poacher.
Yeah.
Box in the box.
Really.
Whatever variety.
Our wingers are great. Like they've been playing the ball really well. Yeah. But it's once we get the last shot, once we get the ball to our last man, it's not. I don't really see the real goal scorer
who's off target or tame.
Yeah.
I mean, the shots are tame or off target. But between Alehu and Karaskia on the wings, I thought they were pretty good. They were definitely creating the movement. They were getting in dangerous positions. But again, that striker position is I think it's failing us a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at this. We've scored 1 goal in every game for this season, except the one game where the other team gave up a red card. We already had 1 man extra, and it's just like we need to score. We need to score to win. We played Chicago they were solid all around. The game was pretty even. I mean, possession wise, stats wise, but their defense wasn't really. They were giving us opportunities. We should have scored another goal, maybe even 2 from what I saw, but it's a lack of a true striker right now. Yeah. And I don't know what we need to do. I don't know if Ibrahim needs to move more central or if we need to. I'm not sure what we should do.
Watching though, Bassi did get into some pretty dangerous positions, and he had a couple of shots on goal. I'm not sure. He had 1 on target, but it was a really tame. But he did get into the spot. So maybe a run of games for every match. It's a different person in the number 9 position, and maybe someone we just need some consistency. If there's someone needs a run of games to get that consistency, but. Ultimately, we conceded a goal, but what a goal it was!
Yeah, if you're gonna come back with that goal, that was amazing. Shaqiri got the assist, played the ball. It was a great through ball, very well placed. And then one-on-one with the keeper, and he just chipped it over. It was a super high chip too.
It really was. It really was. So that was Brian Gutierrez. Yeah, a 20-year-old. Homegrown with Chicago Fire, but you can see it looks like great things are ahead for him because as soon as he came in the 69th minute, he immediately had a shot on goal, just wide to the left, and then that over the top and the chip and just everything about that goal was spectacular.
Yeah, I think our defense played pretty solid this past game. I will say we did give a few opportunities like that, through balls where they're just beating our last defender, and then it creates a one-on-one with the keeper, and that stuff like that will happen. You can't really let that. You can't let a striker or even a winger, a pacey winger especially, get a through ball and go one-on-one with the keeper. But other than that, I think we looked pretty good. Just offensively, we need to have a little more intensity, just scoring goals.
Intensity and consistency.
I agree.
That's where we're missing it. It appears. So we fall to number 6 in the table in the Western Conference, and we now have Minnesota coming up, who they're 2 places above us, about the same as far as goal scoring is concerned. And what do you think? I mean, what do we have to do different?
I think we're going to say the same thing every week. We can't win on 1 goal, and that's what we're kind of averaging every game is about a goal a game, and it's very hard to win 1-0. I think we need to score more. I think defensively we're pretty solid. We did. I mean, our past out of we played 7 games. Our past 5 were away games, and we're winning. We're winning away games, or at least staying very competitive. So I think against Minnesota, we just really need to shoot for at least 2 goals. We need to have some kind of change. But I would like to see consistency in our striker. What do you think? Do you think? I know you think the consistency, at least keeping the same person up top for a few games, but what do you think about Minnesota coming up?
I like your analysis. I believe that from a Dynamo perspective, they do need consistency up top. However, I think Mikhail's presence was missed at the back as well. And so the defensive consistency kind of spurs offensive production in a lot of ways, and so I think his presence was missed. But we just need to score more goals. That's the bottom line. Is a single goal per game is just not going to cut it. And you've got the higher scoring teams coming up as the schedule progresses. So I really believe Olsen really needs to address the striker position. What we're doing up front, how pick a guy and settle on him for a match or 2 or 3 and see what we can get. Or spend the money.
Yeah. But I mean, we did show great signs. We had tons of opportunities from what I saw, but we just couldn't get the last piece. Yeah. It was the one piece missing out of the puzzle was our striker, I think. But if we're staying very competitive without a striker, we're going to be deadly with a striker.
Exactly. Everything else seems to be in place and ready for that guy.
Yeah.
So as soon as that guy shows up.
Even though we missed Mikhail, it's our defense was pretty sound. We didn't really give up too many opportunities besides the through balls. I mean, that's just one long ball. And I mean, Shaqiri, he's played in some of the best competitions in the world, so it's he can he knows how to play those balls through.
Well, he's played in the Champions League quite a bit.
Yeah.
And with he was Liverpool, I believe. And but speaking of Champions League, is there a Champions League this week?
Yeah, tomorrow. My team is going to beat Arsenal at Arsenal. We will win 2-0.
I don't think so. I beg to disagree, but that's going to be exciting. So we are, as we alluded to last week, we're on different sides of the fence now for tomorrow's match between Arsenal and Bayern Munich. So,
yeah, I do think it's crazy. We have no away fans going into London, but we do have the Red Killer, Harry Kane. So,
well, the expert. Well, let's just say Arsenal are in fantastic form,
very good form,
and defensively and offensively, and Bayern's not. So
we're not in the Bundesliga.
Your coach has also
our coach gave up on our own league, but our last game in Champions League, Thomas Muller stepped up, showed very good leadership, and we looked very good. We looked like a top tier Champions League team. But
well, we're allegedly. All right. Well, I guess we can talk Champions League all day long. Let's talk predictions for Minnesota. What do you think?
I think we're going to have a 1-1 draw next week.
A draw, that's good. I think I'm going 1-0 Dynamo. I'm staying on the train. The defense is still solid. I think they're going to sort this striker thing out eventually, but I think we'll get one. I think we'll hold them to that.
I think if we get 2 goals, we'll win.
If we get 2
goals. If we score 2 goals, we will win.
We'll thrash them. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
1-0 Dynamo.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Perfect. All right. Well, is there anything else we need to talk about this week, or you'd like to talk about this week?
No. I think that's it for this week. We'll look forward to tomorrow.
We always seem to. Maybe it's me who always forgets. Isn't it something we should be saying?
Yeah. We look forward to next week, but if all y'all can please like and follow us on our social medias, that would be awesome.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining another episode of Dynamo Dynamics, and we look forward to talking to you all again real soon.